People believe that in order to build a property business and do deals, they need their own money. And what most people do is they allow the fear of money or the lack of money to stop them from making great buying decisions.
You get that first conversation going. So what typically does an investor, what are they looking for? What do they want out of the situation?
Good question. Look, ultimately an investor wants to feel comfortable with who they invest into. You know this investment is going to move you forward. You really want to do it, but then you say something like, love the deal, but unfortunately I'm going to have to pass on this because I don't have the money. And if you continue to do that for the rest of your life, you're going to continue to not have the money. Because you may not be making enough money in your job or business right now. Most people in the UK do not have more than 3 months to live on, and most people certainly don't have big deposit pots to go and put down on property, the ordinary person. So how can you do this?
Hello and welcome to the Deal Maker podcast. I'm Hannah Green. I'm a Lyme Disease Recovery Coach, and I've been a student of Liam's for quite a while now. And I'm here to pick Liam's brains, and we're going to talk about creating investments and joint ventures today. And Liam is an expert. They call him the property money man, so he's the ideal person to pick his brains on this. So welcome, Liam.
Great, it's really good to be on my show. and it's really good to have you as my co-host for sure.
Thank you.
You're doing an incredible job, by the way.
Thank you.
You're really picking my brains, and I know this is really going to help the audience. So over to you. I think it's joint venture finance is the topic right now.
Yeah.
So let's get into it.
Yeah, it's obviously finance is key before we can do most things, unless we're loaded ourselves. Getting finance is a really key part of being successful in property. So what are your key tips on getting joint ventures, finance strategies? Great.
Okay, so I've now done over £28 million worth of property deals. Been able to do that using other people's money, raised over £9 million in joint venture funding. And people believe that in order to build a property business and do deals, they need their own money. Of course, you do need money, even in the low, no money down strategies, you still need money, but it doesn't have to be your own money. And what most people do is they allow the fear of money or the lack of money to stop them from making great buying decisions. And maybe you or people tuning in, you've had an opportunity come to you at some point in the past, and that might be to start a business, invest into a deal, invest into yourself, and you're like, oh yeah, you know what, you dot the I's, you cross the T's, it's a great deal. You know this investment is going to move you forward. You really want to do it, but then you say something like, love the deal, but unfortunately I'm going to have to pass on this because I don't have the money. And if you continue to do that for the rest of your life, you're going to continue to not have the money. Because you may not be making enough money in your job or business right now. Most people in the UK do not have more than 3 months to live on, and most people certainly don't have big deposit pots to go and put down on property, the ordinary person. So how can you do this? Well, you need to make a decision that you want a better life. You need to then get training and help and support and set yourself up. And if we're talking in the concept of property, you need to become a professional property investor. And you need to then have your website and your branding, and you need to believe that you can do this, and you've got to start practicing your pitch and create your unique selling points. And why should someone give you money? And look, the reality is there is so much money out there right now, and people want to put it with people like you. So they are really your first steps. And then what you need to do is set up your branding, and then understand what products you are going to offer out to the marketplace. Be really dialed into those products. And then the next step is building relationships and having the right conversations with more of the right avatar, and putting your offer in front of as many people as possible. Some will say no, but you only need one to say yes to start.
Okay, so there's these people out there that have got money. they want to invest it,
Yeah.
because they maybe haven't got the time or the energy or the inclination to do it themselves.
Exactly.
So they're looking for really good property experts.
Great, exactly. And that is the reality. There are people in your network now, people that are tuning in, they have got investors in their phone book. You work with investors, they're your clients, they're your family members. Investors are absolutely everywhere, but at the moment you're currently the world's best kept secret, and no one knows what you can do, no one knows what you can offer. But if you are coming from a place of service and you genuinely want to help people and you're going to look after people, and property is the best asset class in my view that you can invest into. It has stood the test of time. Property doubles every 10 years. You get capital appreciation, you get the passive income. We're helping a high housing crisis here in the UK, and there are people out there for sure that have got money and they will come and put it into your deals, but they need to know what the deals are.
Okay, so you've mentioned your network around you, and where else might you find people that want to invest? Where's a good place to look?
Good. Now, whenever I go anywhere, I've got this radar up and I'm like, where's the money? And it's all about having conversations. One of the reasons why people are not making the money they want to make right now, or you're not becoming the success that you want to become, is because people are not having conversations. That's fact. So you need to, and there's many ways you can do this. You can go to property networking events, business networking events, charity events, sports clubs, social clubs, social media. You can create your own events, but literally you've got friends, family members, you've got work colleagues. Go and join the most expensive gym that you can afford. If you like golf, go and join the most expensive golf club. But rather than just going now and having a workout, rather than going now and just hitting a few golf balls, rather than me now just going away on a 5-star holiday to Dubai somewhere with my family, when I'm at the bar, not that I drink, but when I'm getting a drink, when I'm at the restaurant, when I'm sitting in business class, I want to see who's about. And hey, how are you? Oh, right. You know, you're staying at the hotel as well. Have you been here before? Oh, and what do you do? And when you ask someone what they do, what are they going to ask?
What do you
I go,
do?
what do you do? And I say, oh, great, yeah, I make money for people while they sleep. Huh?
What?
What do you mean? That sounds interesting. Yeah, I'm a property investor. I'm a wealth creator, and I work with investors, and we invest into safe, sound, secure investments that help people's family grow for the future. Have you ever been a property investor? And anyway, the conversation goes on. And all we're looking to do at this point is generate a lead and then have what's called the follow-up.
Okay.
So yeah, hopefully it's helped a bit, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you get that first conversation going. So what typically does an investor, what are they looking for? What do they want out of the situation?
Good question. Look, ultimately an investor wants to feel comfortable with who they invest into. So it's all about getting to know them, like them, and trust you. Yeah. When you know someone, when you like someone, when you trust someone, you will typically want to do business with that person. So you have to work on building the relationship, getting to know each other, and always come from a place of service. You know, not everyone's going to want to do business with you. And for me, I want to do with business with people that I also know, like, and trust, where we share the same values. Yeah. So it's all about building that relationship, getting to know one another, hanging out, having as many follow-up calls as possible, and then presenting and talking about what you offer. So there's really 4 different major products in which you can offer out to your private investors: portfolio builder, savings accelerator, buy to sell, and also the complete sourcing solution. These are products that I've created over the last 10 years. These are products that my graduates use to get great deals. Look, I've raised over 9 million. My graduates have now raised many, many more millions. This is what we teach on our advanced training. People can come and hang out with us. This is what we do in our mentoring. And these products help people like you, investors, put their money into something and see it grow over a period of time with the right legal contracts. Everyone knows they're on the same page, and everyone's working together towards that common goal. Okay,
so really investors want to see that someone's had good training, good mentorship, Would you say that's key?
Yeah,
Giving them confidence?
I would say investors want to make sure they work with somebody they know, like, and trust. They are working with somebody that is going to look after them. Investors don't necessarily look at track record in terms of, oh, you've got to have lots of property deals.
That's good.
Yeah. They will look at you as a person. Now, there are some investors out there that want you to have huge track record, and they might not be your investor. But most people, just ordinary hard-working individuals, they've got a bit of cash in the bank. They might got some stock, shares, ISAs. They want to put their money into something safer, and they just want to know that they're going to be looked after. And by having a good mentor, by having the right training, by being part in a mastermind group, these are all things that helped me in the beginning go and get my first investor, Dave, £5,000. Pollyanna, second investor, £250,000. Neil and Elizabeth in Clacton, my old renewable energy customers, £50,000. Fast forward to today, over £9 million. And even still today, I tell my investors, I invest into mentorships, I'm part of mastermind groups, we've got a great network, and it definitely gives people the confidence to say, oh, right, okay, you know what you're doing.
Okay, so when someone's invested and they've had a good experience, do you find that they're keen to then invest again with you and your students?
So what I teach people to do is keep your investors up to date. Now, not all investors want to go and hang out and come to your house and have barbecues and go and race fast cars and eat nice meals and have spa days. They don't all want to do that, right? Some do, and that's cool, and some don't, and that's cool as well. But whatever your investor does, you've got to keep them up to date, build that relationship, so then when you finally sell them out of the deal or return their money, naturally they're going to want to give it back to you. Now, what that then does, it forces you to then make sure you've got another deal on the table. Because if you give the money back, or when you give the money back, if you haven't got something else, they are going to give the money to someone else. And then what happens is you've got this pot of money building up over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. You've got new investors coming in, you've got your existing investors, and that's how you scale, and that's how you do more no money down deals.
Right, okay, yeah, no, that's impressive.
Great,
okay,
great,
brilliant.
Thanks.
So just to summarise, what would your 3 first steps be to find your first investor?
Okay, number 1, get yourself set up professionally. So all your setup, email, website, product brochures. So obviously, look, training ultimately is the first thing you need to do.
To help, yeah.
Then you need to go and get yourself set up so you're not just talking the talk, you're walking the walk. And then thirdly, tell everyone that you do. No longer are you the nurse or the doctor or the engineer or the accountant. Now you identify yourself as a professional property investor, and you go out there and you network and you tell everyone you know what you do. An exercise you could do: make a list of every single person you know and try and get down 200 people on your socials, people in your work, all your like literally, let's say it's 200 people. And then you will call those 200 people and you will tell them the good news that you are now a property investor. And just out of interest, do they know anyone that is interested in getting involved in property or selling their property or investing into property?
Okay.
That is what you can do. And I guarantee it, through that exercise, they might not be interested, but someone may know someone who knows somebody that has got an interest in property. They might be selling their property, they might have a property that you can do rent to rent with, or they may even have some money and put it in one of your deals.
Brilliant. Okay.
Great.
Thank you, Liam.
No worries.
Really good information there.
Excellent.
So, some more total gold nuggets from the Deal Maker podcast. I'm Hannah Green. I'm a Lyme Disease Recovery Coach. This is Liam Ryan, who's a wealth expert and mentor. We'd love it if you could share this podcast, tell your friends about it, give it a like, write a comment. That would be amazing.